feather I found in New York City, and I'm using it to stimulate one of my senses. Can you guess which one? That's right, my sense of touch, my sense of feeling. Well, I've got my large whiteboard here, my dry erase markers, and when I use it, I put the cap on the top so I don't lose it because it helps keeps my markers nice and moist. Your marker might have a chisel tip like mine. It takes a while to get used to writing with a marker. It's different than a pencil, but explore. When you use the tips differently, you'll see different types of strokes, and you'll see me trying some. I'm getting used to it again too. So I'm going to make a concept map. If you want to get your small whiteboard and join me, you can press pause and go grab it now, or if you have it with you, pick it up, or just watch. In the center, I'm going to write my senses. And if you're joining me, you can start to brainstorm the senses that you know around you, and you can add to the web. Traditionally, we've talked about 5, but today I'm going to talk to you about more. I'm learning more from other humans and scientists, and I want to share that knowledge with you. Now, the sense that we first talked about that you saw me using that feather to stimulate, that's our sense of touch or feeling, right? And when we talk about feeling, I want to think about some other ideas that are related to feeling, that are some senses that we're going to strengthen with the breathing spirit guide. So I'm actually going to put a cap on my marker. But one of the senses that you use every day when you're running, when you're playing with people, when you're spinning all around, or maybe when you're doing yoga in PE or with Miss Rodriguez or with your teacher. Do you know what sense I'm using right now? And we've done it in science, right? Our sense of balance. And if I really want to be balanced, I actually have to do it on 2 legs. And you're going to see my sense of balance or proprioception is kind of different between legs, and it might be different between your left and right side too, and that's okay, that's natural, that's why we practice. But I want to add to that, one of our senses is balance, and I'm going to use a few words today with you, more scientific words to describe them. This is our sense of proprioception, and it's like our balance and our place in space. We can talk about more about what that means later. Another sense that's related to feeling and touch is called our interoceptive awareness. And I'm just going to write it, and then we'll practice kind of feeling it. Put my cap back on my marker. And so when we close our eyes and when we do some breathing with the breathing spirit guide, we might be prompted to notice different parts of our body, or when we visualize sending, like feeling blood in our feet, or sending blood to a certain area, or a pulse in a certain area, which we've already done in class together. That's actually our interoceptive awareness. It's the awareness of the physiology of our body, and that's like the inner workings of our body. And we'll talk more about that too. What are some other senses you use? I'm going to get out some of my tools. Got my sense of sight. We're probably using this sense a lot right now, especially because we're using so much technology. So we got to remember to give our eyes a break too, because we're using our sense of sight a lot, probably even kind of close to our face. So make sure we can practice strengthening our eyeballs just by looking in different directions. So practice with me. You're going to look this way. And now look this way. Now look down. Now look up. You can strengthen your vision, your sense of sight, just by doing simple exercises like that. And sometimes it kind of wakes your eyeballs up a little bit. Now, I wish you could smell this with me. It's delightful. It's citrusy. It makes me feel kind of energized. My sense of smell. And that's actually our olfactory sense. We have a nerve. Remember we've talked about the nervous system. We have a nerve that's connected between here and our brain. It's our olfactory nerve, and it gives us a lot of information. So a lot of times when you smell something, it might remind you of something, like a memory. Those things in your brain, they're kind of like next door neighbors. So a lot of times our olfactory sense of smell brings up a lot of memories for us, and that's kind of cool. Okay, I guess also related to sight, I want to add the word visual. You're going to hear people use different words around senses. Now, what do you do with this orange after you peel it, or this mandarin or clementine? We eat it, right? And we use our sense of taste. We've got taste buds on our tongue, a lot of tiny ones. If you go into the mirror and you open your mouth and you stare at your tongue, you're gonna see these little dots, little white dots. I think I've got to get a brain pop video ready for you guys soon. And these dots, these are our taste buds, and they give us a lot of information about whether something tastes sweet or salty or fatty or delicious or rotten or yucky or gross. Oh, it's so quiet in here. I wonder if you can hear the insects or the birds. I use my sense of hearing here a lot. I'm in nature, a lot of Mother Nature all around me, so I'm trying to notice the living organisms in the trees, on the forest floor. So I use my sense of hearing. And that's auditory. You might recognize this word or word within auditory like audio, audio-visual. That's to do with listening, what you can hear. Visuals, what you can see. See, audio-visual. Well, thanks for watching my video, and I can't wait for you to join me in science class. Please remember to bring your whiteboard and your markers. Bye!